yo, I just want to know, is this how it's gonna go for the Lakers? Is this how it's gonna go? I believe LeBron James played 37 minutes tonight to match his age. He's still 37 years old. He logged in 37 minutes tonight. Was a minus 13, bro. You know, not a horrible turnover game. Pretty good from the free throw line, 7 for 8. But 24 shots to get 28 points, bro. That is never gonna work for LeBron. Like that's never gonna get it done when it comes to a LeBron James led team. He's always gonna need more than 5 assists for the team to, you know, for the team to flourish. When you're talking about kicking it out, kicking the ball out to guys like Troy Brown Jr., Pat Beverly, Lonnie Walker, the fourth, you know, like, bruh, this is a catastrophe. This is bad. The Lakers are in huge trouble. The Lakers are in huge trouble. You know, I don't know. I don't know what route they take. What route do they take, y'all? What route do the Lakers take? So, Darvin Ham comes to this team and says that the focal point is going to be defense. But you don't have no defensive stalwarts. Okay, Pat Beverly's supposed to be a defensive player, but who exactly is he guarding? I really do see Patrick Beverly just running around. Yeah, every now and then, if you run around long enough, you'll make a few plays. But I really just see him running around, bro. I really don't. I don't see him locking anybody down, doing any of the things that they said he was gonna do, as far as, you know, being a ball hawk, all those things that we've seen him do with the Clippers. It might be out the window, man. There's more guys on this team that's Asian than just LeBron. But when you have Pat Beverly, 30 minutes played, a minus 23. Damon Jones, 24 minutes played. He was minus 19. Who else was freaking horrible? LeBron James, minus 13. Already mentioned that. Troy Brown Jr., minus 9. That's your big man. How's your big man minus 9? And he had 4 points. The man, bro, when you're a big man, when your big man is minus 19, you're not winning. I don't think it takes a basketball genius or a basketball fan or a fan of the Lakers to look at this game and know exactly what's going on. These are a bunch of guys playing like individuals in a team game. Each individual guy having their own thing to prove, and at the cost of winning. You know, Russell Westbrook's out there trying to prove, oh, you're gonna put me in on the bench. You know, I'm gonna prove to you that I'm in the start. I should be in the starting lineup, bro. What's up, Shep, man? Yo, I can't, man, bro. The Lakers. This is worse than that first year LeBron got there, when they had the Kuzma and the KCP and they just didn't have it together and LeBron got hurt. This team right here, it's no way out. Russell Westbrook, 18 points on 17 shots, people. 18 points on 17 shots. Russell Westbrook. You know, he did. I was thoroughly impressed with the way Russell Westbrook started this game. Not so much chip on shoulder, but, you know, confidence was there, because you look around at the 4 guys you're in with, and it's your bench guys. It's your freaking Troy Brown Jr., your Lonnie Walker, the fourth, you know, like whoever the fuck. Russell Westbrook looks around and says, okay, I guess it's on me. And, you know, it was working for a little bit. And that's what age does, guys. This is what age does in any sport, whether it's basketball, football, boxing, you name it. It's going to take a little bit of your reflex away, your fast twitch away, your lateral quickness away, all the things that made him who he was. You know, there were times in this game specifically where he's driving to the rack and you're like, oh yeah, go up. And it's like, he got this high off the floor, he's asking for a foul. Up here, you have to keep up with who you are currently. Russell Westbrook is stuck on who he used to be. has no adjustments for his game. This I liken this to the boxer who can't make adjustments, and he's been boxing for 15 years, guys. This is Russell Westbrook at his finest. Will a bullheaded fighter who doesn't make adjustments sometimes give you a 18 point, 8 rebound, 3 assist game? Yeah, but when the rubber hits the road and the opponent has scouted well and is doing their job at a high level, you're just not going to get away with trying to fake the funk and be the old version of yourself. Now, Austin Reeves, 27 points, had the second highest plus minus on the team at plus 8, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, was a true ball hawk out there. The thing about him is he likes to get going when it's garbage time. Austin Reeves likes to get going when it's garbage time. That's the fucking problem right there. Austin Reeves likes to get going when, the game's it's like out of reach, teetering, instead of like when you're up 1, up 2. Now do all that, going to the rim, making incredible plays. Do all that then. Kendrick Nunn, bro, I am very high. Yo, Jet, this the crazy part, man. I'm high on Kendrick Nunn. He coming into the league, he was one guy that I just like, kind of like how I feel about Jaden Ivey. He was one of those guys that I just knew he was gonna be that dude. And it seems like maybe this Russell Westbrook thing, this drama, this LeBron, this AD is out. All this drama is not made for him. I don't think his game is built up for that. He's a guy that needs to feel good, obviously, to play, seeing that he sat out a whole year with a bruised bone. What kind of bruise that was, I have no clue. But Kendrick Nunn was a +4, 9 points. He only played 12 minutes. Kendrick Nunn only played 12 minutes, my people. 4 for 9 from the floor, 1 for 4 from 3. And the problem with him is, I think that being a lefty, sometimes you can get pretty predictable because for a right-handed person, you're bringing the ball back to their side. If it's a right-handed defender and you're a lefty on offense, you're going to bring that ball back to their right hand. So Kendrick Nunn has to figure out a way. Obviously, I think teams kind of let him do his heat checks. I think they're fine with that so far this season, but he gets into this little lull where he's just out there playing one-on-one. Kendrick Nunn's a good player, man. I don't know if he's built for the LeBron spotlight, the AD spotlight, the Russell Westbrook drama that's going on. I don't necessarily think that every player is built to be around this environment. And that is what KD was talking about. I don't think it's toxicity. I think it's just the highest of the highest attention. The more attention that's paid to you, the more attention you got to pay. The more attention that's paid to you, the more attention you have to pay to details. Now, I will say this. I saw a couple times where Russell Westbrook in this game recognized nuances in the game, recognized certain plays that he could make, and also restrained himself a lot of times. Bro, it's so easy to see when Russell Westbrook is just restraining himself from doing what he wants to do. It's almost one of the most obvious things on this team is like Russell Westbrook having to hold himself back from literally going bananas on the court. When Russell Westbrook gets the ball, I get like jittery, shaky. I'm like, oh my God, what's he about to do? It's almost cringe watching Russell Westbrook be like this, bro. That is what hurts me because I've been around for a little bit. I've seen great players fall off over and over and over again. And you just hit a wall. You just hit a wall where, it usually happens during the offseason. And that's what I think hurts Russ the most is that over that last offseason where he came from Washington to LA, he played like the whole second half of that season in Washington with a hurt ankle. But Bradley Beal was already out. So Russ was out there putting up that 20-20-20 game, led them to the play-in tournament, got to the first round of the playoffs. Mind you, this is 2 years ago. Led a team of scrubs to the first round of the playoffs. Got blasted, but he led them there. So it's not like, before the Lakers got him, he was already complete trash. Even though the Lakers played him in the bubble. And, bro, if you haven't seen, like, Russell Westbrook get totally embarrassed, then that Houston versus Lakers in the bubble series was just really bad for Russell Westbrook. I remember times where he was going up for a layup. LeBron would pin it on the backboard. AD would come up at the same time, pin on the backboard. Dwight Howard would pin it. One layup, all three of them dudes blocked it. Look, man, LeBron James isn't the guy that can just go, 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 go anymore. We just have to admit it. We just have to accept it. They have to stop asking him to do that. And he has to be able to transition into this last phase of his career. You need to be a guy. Okay, the Lakers do this thing, and they've done it for a while where on outlet passes, LeBron will seal a dude. Like, LeBron will seal a guy under the basket. It happens like once or twice a game since him and AD's teamed up. They do it for AD. They do it for LeBron. It's usually an easy layup or a foul and free throws. But that's what his game should be. Okay, if you want to go out there and work on getting switches, that's fine, man. That's cool. That'll work all day. But it needs to end up with LeBron James in the post, posting up, taking advantage of all the post footwork LeBron has. You're wondering why he's still out on the wing, trying to show that he can still play in front of these young guys. Because even Magic Johnson, when he got older, he's bringing the ball down like this. He's not putting those ball in front of those young lions. You're not putting the ball in front of those young lions. And it's been the NBA's point for the last few years that whoever plays against LeBron, they're going to show him that they're the young lions and they on the way. And I just think that, it's not so much that his time is over, but the time where, just like Tom Brady, the time where he doesn't need help and you can send Joe Schmo and a bag of chips his way and he'll carry him across at least to the finish line, those days are done, bro. And it's crazy that Rob Pelinka doesn't recognize. It's crazy that they brought this freaking roster in, bro. What is this roster? LeBron James, Troy Brown Jr., Damon Jones, Patrick Beverly, Lonnie Walker IV is your starting lineup for the Los Angeles Lakers. Bro, true historians of the game, whether you're a Celtics fan, Warrior fan, Hawk fan, Sixers fan, I don't give a damn who you're a fan of. If you've been watching the NBA long enough, you know that ain't no Lakers championship lineup. That it's not. It's not. And there was times tonight where LeBron's passing the ball. He gets the ball, kicks it over his head. And then you see his Lonnie Walker. And then you see his Troy Brown, who did get hot. Troy Brown, I got to get off his back a little bit. -9 isn't great, but 12 points, 8 rebounds, 4 for 6 from 3. They kind of started finding him late, or he got aggressive late. I don't know. It took a lot. It's going to take a lot for these guys to build sustainable confidence moving forward in the season. It's going to take a lot. And then you have a guy like Anthony Davis, who's supposed to be one of your leaders. Mind you, a lot of people don't understand this about professional sports or the NBA. A lot of people think that who's playing well matters as far as the hierarchy on the team. It literally, all that matters is who's making the most money. The guys who's making the most money get to have the loudest voices. That's why you see, no matter how bad Westbrook plays, he can be on the sideline telling motherfucker what to do, telling somebody what play to make, what read he sees. Do we want Russell Westbrook's reads? No. But the dude makes $47 million. And you're stuck with that. He whether he's a leader or not, he got to fake the funk, because that's just how it is in the league, man. And it all falls on the hands and on the shoulders of the guys who's making that bank. You got guys like, Damon Jones, Troy Brown Jr., Lonnie Walker, Winning Gabriel. They there for free. You're top heavy as shit, to quote LeBron. Russell Westbrook, man, 33 minutes, 18 points, 5 turnovers. It was like, go, Russ. Yes. Have a solid game, Russ. Show them what you can do still. That's a good, I was good with Russ until he got full of himself. I don't understand the concept of, dude, you're shooting like 2% from 3 for the season. You're shooting under 40% from the field goal, like just regular twos, layups. One of the worst finishers at the rim so far this season, and he was one of the worst finishers at the rim last season. And it's funny to me that the first thing he does after being demoted to the bench, he comes in, he scores, and he's immediately rocking the baby. This guy is, bro, this guy has, I don't like to play around with mental issues and all that stuff, but there's something up with Russell Westbrook up here, bro. Yeah, he's an LA kid, and they sometimes can be a little different. Russell Westbrook got some things going on up here, man, because I've never seen an NBA point guard who doesn't understand change of pace. His change of pace is literally like it's all he has is a hesitation. Derpy, what's good? Yo, Shep, bro, it's bad, man. I'm more of a fan of the sport than a guy or a team. But bro, when it gets like this, I just want to see Bron go out decent. You know what I mean? They don't have to win another championship, but go out. Don't go out sad, bro. Like, don't go out sad, man. And you see them cigars, bro. You see that wine, the same thing that got Jordan up out of here. I'm telling you, man, there's no escape. You can run all day, spend a gazillion on your body a year. When you smoking cigars, them big fat cigars, and the way he inhales, and then you're drinking Lobo and Hennessy and all that, bro, it's gonna catch up to you, man. Let's see, Derpy, what you got, bro? Let me see the chat. Derby said, then you got Lakers fans saying Kobe would do this, Kobe that, bro. Kobe at this age threw it whatever he could just to get a bucket. Bryant averaging 25, 10, and 8, or 7.8 in year 20 through 5 games. Like, bro, yeah, I mean, that's the truth. But at the end of the day, man, people are gonna fantasize and romanticize Kobe's legacy the same way they did Michael Jordan's. And look, bro, when LeBron's gone 10 years after, everybody's only gonna talk about the great things he did too. That's literally how it goes. And that's the sad part is, would Kobe be like this efficient at this age? No. He was a jump shooter and a difficult shot maker in the second half of his career. So he was never going to be efficient 35 on, never super efficient anyway. But as far as what he's able to bring out of other players, that is different. A lot of I'll support LeBron to the end. I think that, us me being in high school when he was like the first player to have his games aired on ESPN, first kid on Sports Illustrated. There was a lot of expectations for LeBron James, and no matter what people think of his on court or off court, dude did everything he was supposed to do for his body, for his game, and you have to respect that. I will say this: a lot of the bad body language or pouting I see, it reminds me a lot of Aaron Rodgers and a lot of like Tom Brady in his older age. A lot of the older guys, they start blaming everybody, bro. That's the only thing about age, man. You're out there and you're like, damn, you're trying to deny that you can't do what you did 10 years ago, but at the same time, it comes off as just blaming other people. Happened to Kobe too. Whenever games got bad with Kobe and the Lakers in his later ages, man, he's going off on people. Honestly, Kobe is just top 10 for me, not 5 or 3 all time. That's just me. I'll tell mine though. Well, I mean, who you got in your top 10? That's a tough one. That's a tough one because basketball has changed so much for each era. I mean, I'll say this: Kobe coming into the league for, at 17 years old, his parents having to sign his first paycheck, and not having a great first. Matter of fact, being traded on draft night that can ruin you, man. Being traded on draft night, you're like, what is going on? I'm Kobe Bryant, bro. Why am I getting traded? But he got traded to the right team, and it happened to work out. It wasn't all that perfect his first year or two, but I will say this: over the course of time, he built his legacy on being that competitor, but not just competing against other people, competing with himself. Kobe was one of the best at competing with himself, challenging himself. And that's mostly what he talked about. In his prime years, he talked about, getting the most out of the gifts God gave him and maximizing his craft. Let's see, you got 10. Shaq at 10, Kobe at 9, Curry at 8. Okay. What puts Curry over Kobe? I'm just curious. I haven't really thought about that, but what puts Curry over Kobe? Is it the back-to-back MVP with the unanimous? All right, 7 is Bill Russell. 6 is Tim Duncan. I like Tim Duncan being up there because he slept on, but he has got one of the most decorated and just consistent careers of all time. Larry Bird at 5. Larry Bird over. Man, it would have been nice to see what happened with Larry Bird had he never broke his back. I mean, dude spent like the end of his career holding his back. That's how I know AD can play tonight because I saw Larry Bird out there playing with a missing vertebrae, basically. So you got Magic over Bird, that makes sense. So you got Bron over Magic, and you got MJ and then Kareem. I mean, I can't really argue with the top three. Obviously, that debate could go on for years and years, days and days, hours and hours. But man, Kobe, Shaq. I mean, Shaq, Kobe. I really want to know, Derpy, how did you come to the conclusion to put Steph Curry over Kobe Bryant on this list? Not that I'm against it, but I'm curious because that's a good argument there. I mean, Curry, he's the fact that he's still adding to his legacy is what gets me. Let's see, they won in what was it, 2015, 2017, 18, and they won again in 2022. So I mean, you really can't argue with that because he's 6'3". You know what I mean? Steph Curry 6'3". He's probably 205 now, but through most of his career was like a buck 90, buck 95, and to, you know, one of the best pound for pound since Allen Iverson for sure. I don't really have any qualms with your list, bro. I don't have any problems with that list. I don't have any problems with that list, bro. Kareem number one because dominant throughout his entire career, high school to the NBA, was consistent throughout his career, regardless of championship. I will say this, man. I'm all for. I watched a lot of Kareem. I'm 34, but I was kind of a young addict at that age. Probably the same way my son is addicted to Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon and Fortnite and his stuff. I was like that with basketball, and I wanted to see every dribble back in the day, basketball and boxing, and football. So here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, man. Yes, I agree. Kareem, probably longevity wise and just career wise, most dominant career of all time, for sure. You know what I mean? I'm not denying that. There's no debate there. The records speak for themselves. Not even just the records that he's number one at or that he holds, but the things that he's top 5 in, top 10 in. They add up just like LeBron's and Karl Malone's. But here's the thing, man. Kareem played on a damn squad, bro. I'm not taking anything away from Kareem. I watched the sky hook. Nobody could stop the sky hook, bro. But, he went from playing with a legend with, he went from playing with a legend and then hopped over to freaking Magic Johnson, Dennis Scott and them boys. Like, they were dominant. They were like a superior team with or without Kareem. Kareem put them over the top and made them like this team you couldn't stop in the half court. But Curry above Kobe because he changed the game more than Kobe ever did. As far as the three ball, or as far as like how far out you shoot from, because I don't know, man. There were